Well, this week has been painful, quite literally. I have not had a good week, but we are still here, so we can't grumble, can we? And it's a Saturday, and it's the last Saturday before Telford, so we do have some things to talk about. Welcome to Table Talk. Hello and welcome to Model Kit Stuff, and welcome to this week's Table Talk. My name is Jason. If you're one of the new subscribers, a big warm welcome to you. Hope you're going to find something that you enjoy across the channel. I'm sure you will. And for all of you long-standing subscribers, it's nice to have you back. If you're not familiar with Table Talk, what we do very briefly is we talk about what happened last week, talk about what's been happening on the model bench, and talk about what's coming up, future plans. So if you want to know where your favourite build is up to, here is the place to find out. So let's start with why I've had a painful week. Some of you will remember I took a break about earlier this year, about 2 or 3 weeks. I had a break and didn't put much out because I was quite poorly. So about 7 years ago, I got diagnosed with a hernia. What they do once they've done that is they give you a photocopied sheet that says don't eat these things, and you struggle to read what they were, so you ignore it. And then they give you some medication. And in my case, the medication worked fine. So I was able to carry on like normal, and we'd sorted all the issues. And then this year I had a lot of problems, and I was really quite poorly, and that turned out to be the hernia playing up again. So I got some additional meds on top of that. Now that has sort of helped, but I've been bumping along with good weeks, good days, bad weeks, bad days, and then. During the pandemic, maybe 2 years ago now, I got diagnosed with migraines, which isn't something, I wasn't really prone to headaches at any time in my life, but apparently 1 in 3 men over 50 suffer from migraines, which I think's a really interesting statistic. I didn't know that. So yeah, after a little bit of backwards and forwards, we got some medication and we found out a way of managing that. And for the best part of a year, I've not had any problems. Anyway, this week my stomach has been playing all sorts of tunes with me, and that has meant that I've not slept so well. And because I've not slept so well, that's triggered a migraine. So I've had a week-long migraine, no let up. Got it right now, sort of a tightness in your head. With my meds and some paracetamol, it's bearable, it's manageable. But another thing that's happened, started happening the week before last week when we were on holiday, was I started having attacks of nerve pain in my jaw. So that seemed to be connected to my head, seemed to be connected to my stomach playing up, all sort of joined up. So anyway, I was at the doctor's earlier today, and I've got some additional meds for my stomach. They don't like to operate. You can staple up a hernia, a stomach hernia, but they don't like doing it. So we're going to see how those meds go, and if that doesn't sort it out, I'm going to get referred back to the hospital, and we'll see what happens. In the meantime, they've given me something to treat what they think is neuralgia. So it's a particular nerve in your jaw that feels the pressure, and it can be changes in air pressure, apparently, quite common when it gets colder. I seem to think I had it a couple of years ago when we spent ages going in and out of the dentist and they couldn't find anything, and then it went away and I forgot about it, but it's come back. Seems to be triggered with the pain. So one way or another, I have been in pain and discomfort all day, every day for a week, and for the week, 2 weeks preceding that, I've had occasional pain and discomfort, and it's just been a slog. Everything's been a slog this week. So that's where I am. Haven't had the best of weeks, but hopefully with my new meds, we're going to be booked up and fine, ready for next weekend at Telford. I cannot wait, as you can probably tell. Right then, shall we get down to the main event here and talk about what we got up to in the week just gone? So, as always, let's start with what happened on Monday. So both my videos this week got quite a bit of attention, and we kicked off with Monday's the Amati Cutmaster, and played around with it, showed you how to build it up, did quite a bit of a deep dive, tried different materials, compared it to the one I've got, and it got a lot of interest, a lot of comments, so which is great. So if you do chop things, I thought it was a great tool. I thought it was better than the one I had. After the video, someone made a comment, and I realised that it had a point, and that was that it's very difficult to do reciprocal cuts time and time again in exactly the same place because of the way the arm moves around. But what you can do is just mark out a place and line it up. So there is a way of getting around that, which is to put a little bit of tape next to where you want the blade to go down so you can align it to the tape, bit of tape against the length of whatever you're cutting. So you can work that out. No doubt we'll be using it at some point in one of the builds, and we can work that out with you at that point. So quite possibly we could be using that if we come to do that endeavour build, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So that was Monday's, got a lot of love. I think it's a great little tool, and my other one has been resigned to the attic as a rainy day spare, perhaps never use it again, don't know. And then on Wednesday we had the Wingsy kit, which is a bit of a mouthful to say, isn't it? But what a lovely kit that is. So I was given that kit to pass on, and I might actually be donating some money to charity. The idea was that I'd sell it and give some money to charity, but I think what I'm actually going to do is keep it, donate some money to charity. So I've effectively bought it off the guy and build it, because that was a nice kit, and I'm really interested to see how well it goes together. Now, if you didn't see it, go and see it, because it's a really, really nice kit. I know it's a 109 and there's millions of them out there, but a good 109 is a good 109 at the end of the day. And it got one or two people saying, yeah, I've got the kit. One or two people saying, yeah, I've built the kit, or I'm building the kit. Someone commented that the fit of the exhaust needs a little bit of fettling. But in the main, it was getting a lot of love, and I'd not come across them before. They seem to have a 109 and then this Japanese aircraft out, all with very interesting colours and schemes. And the Japanese one is actually what in Europe we'd call pre-war, but of course the Second World War really starts with Japan and China, and there is some Chinese version in there. So that's what I think I might invest in next. But I'm not buying anything before Telford. If I spot one at Telford, I might just shove it in the bag with the little pot of money that you guys are pulling together for me. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. So that was the sort of the two videos. And then, of course, we had the penultimate, I promise you, penultimate Gotha. There is one more Gotha video to go. And in fact, there is one more ferret video to go. So we are really coming to an end of some build phases, and we're focusing on this and the bow fighter. But let's Beaufort, I can never remember which one it is. It's Beaufort, isn't it? Beaufort, yeah. So let's talk about what happened on the modelling bench. So it was Queen Mary 2 weekend, and as you can possibly see, I don't want to pick her up, we put the glazing in from the front here. I don't think, I'll switch that off, can you see better? Yeah, so there's some glazing that goes in there, then wraps down there, and then comes all the way along there, which is smoky. So we put that in on both sides. So that took some time because you've got to smoke it and you've got to smoke it, not literally. You have to make it smoking, and then we have to paint all the stanchions in. Needs a bit of touch up, yeah. Then we've put in photo etch railings at this end here. We've got photo etch railings around all of this area, and we've formed the photo etch but not glued them in at the stern here. So we're at the point where we're at this end now and about to do photo etch railings and then bits around the pool and all that sort of stuff. And then once we've done that and painted that up, we can fill the pools with water. So we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including plunge pools, to fill with water. So I've got some static water we can put in from there. Used it before, great little product. And then we're on to things like deck chairs and that sort of stuff. So we'll go from that end back forwards. I've got a few decals to put on. I've got some decals to put on some of the lifeboats, the stern. And the last thing I want to do is put the decal on the stern, which is, the decal has launched different where she was registered at Southampton, whereas now she's not. So that's where we are with that. Hope to get that finished maybe 2-3 weekends, but I have 1 day left to book at work, so I'm going to have a long weekend and it'll be focused on getting that over the line. So some point, perhaps towards the back end of this month, we'll put an extra day in onto her. So when it's her weekend, we'll put an extra day in and do that. So that's what we did last weekend on the Queen Mary 2. That took a lot longer than I'd liked, and once we get to the photo etch, can really chug through that. So, but it didn't create very much in the way of film footage. So I've got about 45-50 minutes worth of footage, like a little bit more, and then we can put the next episode out. But we've probably only got a couple more videos to do of the Queen Mary 2. So the one that we've done, and then possibly another full one, maybe one after that, but I sort of doubt it, because I show you how I do a deck chair, and then, all right, I've got to do 70 of them, but you don't want to see that done 70 times on video. So there'll be big gaps between the Queen Mary 2 videos now, while we build up that stuff and then chuck it out. You've basically got to wait for me to finish so that I can edit the material together, is the problem. So the other thing we did is we moved forward on the GMC truck. So we did some of this on the Saturday. You can see, if you saw the update that came out on Thursday, which was the other video that came out, I had it pretty much primed and painted. There's some things that aren't painted, so spare wheel, ammunition boxes, fuel lines need doing. I'm still doing the detail painting on this, so the gun barrel's been painted today, for example. So you can see we've painted that in and what have you. So yeah, it's all looking good, coming together quite nicely. And I've decided that I'm not going to weather it. Now, I don't usually do that. I usually like to weather it, at least add a bit of shadow, but I'm not. I'm going to do it museum style, partly because I don't do it like that very often, but mainly because this is a Jim Stein tribute build, and that's how he would have built it, I think. So I'd like to do it the way he would have done it and go, there you go, Jim, that, we finished the project for you, which was the whole idea. It was the reasoning behind doing this in the first place. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna leave it clean, which I very, very, very rarely do. But yeah, we will. So that I want to finish this weekend. So Saturday morning, that is my project, getting that done. I'll probably be working on it tonight, so that's Friday night. I film this on the Friday before you see it. So when my video's running tonight, which is the go-to video, I'll be doing that. Then I'm not sure. There was some talk that I might be having a chat with Nigel's modelling bench, talking about the Sharn horse. We're continuing to talk in the background about that, you know, how we're doing our stands and that sort of stuff. Inevitably, we're all doing it slightly differently. We've been talking about rigging this week, and he's got all sorts of easy line, but he wants to do fishing line, so he just bought some fishing line for it. So we've been talking about that and what have you. So we've got all that going on. So hopefully finish this weekend, and then it's Beaufighter weekend. So both the weekend. So there she is. She's looking quite nice. We've got to finish doing all the other bits and pieces so we can get her ready for paint, get the glazing on, so we can get painting. But she's coming together really, really nice. So you should start seeing videos of that fairly soon, because we've got, if we think about what's coming up video-wise, you've got go to this week, then following week will be the last ferret. Then you should have the last go-to. Then you should have probably Queen Mary 2. Then you'll have Beaufort. So what are you, 4 or 5 weeks away? So at some point early December maybe you'll start seeing the videos of that, by which time I might well have finished it. And that's the thing with the small builds, because I'm building a bit ahead of what I'm publishing. I can get stuff done, so that in Table Talk you get ahead of where I am, which means then we'll be talking about the little matchbox build, which is in its tray, ready to go. So that's what's happening on the bench. Now let's talk about what's happening next week, because it's relevant to what's happening after that on my sort of Saturday morning slot of modelling. So on Monday we have a modelling basics video, which is all about managing thinners, which might sound strange, but it'll make sense when you watch the video. It's only a short video, and it's really for people out there who are new to the hobby. And when I say new to the hobby, I usually mean youngsters who are just, teenagers who are just starting to get serious about it and are building up the stocks and stuff. And that thinners video is very much aimed at that. It's not about how to thin paint or anything about that. It's about managing your thinners. And then on Wednesday, we have the Amati Endeavour First Impressions video. So if you've been watching Table Talk, or you've caught the Amati unboxing video, you know that's coming. And I'm going to be asking the question in that video, do you want to see me build it? Because if you do, that is what's going to be in the Saturday slot. If no one's really that fussed, I'll probably carry on with my fly build and try and get this second planking done. Be nice, and then I can steam on with it. But I'm quite happy to build the Endeavour first, because people seem to be genuinely interested to see it come together. So it's all about what we end up deciding that we're going to do from Wednesday. So video will come out Wednesday, and then on Saturday I will either get the fly back down, which is up on the top of my shelves up there, or I'll get the Endeavour out and we will start that. So the following week, in Table Talk the following week, I'll be able to say what I've decided to do. So we'll mention that. And then we might put a little trailer together and let people know, because not everyone watches Table Talk for some reason, and then we can let people know that that's coming. So yeah, that's the plan for next week. Now, following week, obviously, it's Telford, and Table Talk will come out, and it comes out at 8 o'clock usually, sometimes 8:30. I've had some issues with uploading recently. Because I record this Friday night, I've got to edit it and upload it, and for some reason YouTube's upload speeds seem to be really slow in the evening, and some of them have taken me hours to get an hour's long video up. So we'll see what happens, because I will have to get this recorded. I might record it early next week, because on the Saturday I'll be on my way to Telford. So I aim to be at Telford for about 8:30, 8:45, parked, because doors open at 9 for members and I want to be in. There's a possibility that one or two people might spot me and want to say hello, and I won't be able to do that, but I'm only there for a day. I've said to people, 2 o'clock Airfix stand meet and greet. So I'll be in this hoodie, I'll be easy to spot, and I'll have my daughter with me who's be helping me with the filming. So I intend to film as much of it as I can, but I also need to get round the stands, because I've got a little shopping list here. I need to get Mr. Tool Cleaner, never had it before, want to try it. Tamiya Airbrush Cleaner, never had that before, but I want to try it as glue, because everyone keeps telling me, yeah, you can use it as glue. So I want to try that, so I can see how that works for you guys. I need some flat brushes, and I need some more Ultimate Airbrush Cleaner. So I need to do some shopping, but also the money that's being donated to the channel, and that is all going together in a pot. And what I'll do is I'll start my Telford video by going, model kit stuff at Telford. I have this to spend on kits at the show, and this is the money we've generated from the subscribers. So how you can do that? Well, you support the channel in many ways, by liking videos and commenting on videos. There is super thanks which you can hit, and there is also super chat on a premiere that you can hit, and you can donate a small amount to the channel if you wish, or you can do PayPal me at jasonport.com. For some reason, and I'm not sure why, YouTube won't let me put it in the comments. I'm going to try again when I create this video, but I tried putting it in after the fact, and it would let me type it in and update it on my screen in YouTube Studio, but it wasn't actually ever coming up. So I will try and put it in the text and link. If you donate money to the channel and money doesn't come to me, it goes into the channel, I can still see who's given me that money, and I get 100% of it, whereas if you do it through the other means, YouTube take quite a hefty cut, about 40%. So there you go. That's how you can support the channel and give the channel a little block of money. Now, I've been thinking about how we fund the channel for next year so that we can keep first impressions going, and I've decided what I want to do is thin my stash down. So I've got kits that I know realistically I'm never going to get to, or that I bought really fancied. Then I did the first impressions and thought, you know what, maybe not. So most of my kits are good kits, to be honest. But I've got a list here of kits that I intend to get rid of my stash. So it's a small percentage of my stash, to be honest. And definitely nothing really good on here. Depends on your view. But what I'm going to do is I've costed them if I sell them at their current sort of average going rate on eBay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting them on eBay, and I reckon that I can generate just over £1,000, which we can then use next year for buying kits that we can then first impression and do one a week. So I only have to get another 52 kits. So and I get rid of 60, get another 52, plus what I might get at Telford, plus anything else I might like as I go through the year. So we're going to thin down the stash, and we're going to end up with a bigger stash than we started with. Right, so anyway, all that's coming. So yes, Telford. I plan to be there at 9. I'm going to go round the kit shops first and see if we can do that. And then I can always get them dumped in the car, get back in, go round and leisurely film everything, pick one that's best of show. Then at 2 o'clock, I will be at the Airfix stand. I'll set my alarm so I don't forget. And there's an opportunity for you to say hello to me. So if you see that I'm busy filming, by all means, if you want to say hello and you're not going to be there for 2 o'clock for whatever reason, by all means, let me finish filming and then make yourself known and say hello. And I'm happy to say hello. But I'm saying at 2 o'clock, I'll be at the Airfix stand so that you know where I'm going to be. So if you want to say hello and what have you, and tell me how I can improve my channel and how bad my sound is and all that sort of stuff, you know where I'm going to be. But hopefully you'll just go, hello, nice to meet you. So 2 o'clock, so that I can dedicate a bit of time then to chat to everyone leisurely and it's not interrupting me filming. And then when all that's done, I can either go back and finish filming if there's some things I haven't done, or go and have another browse. So we'll just see how it plays. But 2 o'clock, Airfix stand. I'm not going to be stood right in front of the Airfix stand. I'll be stood nearby, but it's quite a big area. If Airfix have got the usual spot, and I've not checked the floor plan to be honest. But that's the plan. So if you're there on the Saturday, 2 o'clock, by all means, please come and say hello. It'd be lovely to meet you. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, should be good. Right, let's see. What else have we got to talk about? Well, I noticed that Miniart have brought out a new kit. That thing there, which I'm quite interested in. So I'll be looking out for that at Telford. If I spot one of those, I'm going to get one. What else am I going to be looking out for at Telford? Wingnut Wings kits. Always keep an eye out for that, but got to be at a reasonable price. I'm not going to pay silly money for one. It's just plastic at the end of the day. It might be very nice plastic, but it's just plastic. I'm very interested in one of the Rodin 1:35 scale Opel buses. The one with a round radiator, which is a recent release or re-release, I'm not 100% sure. So if I see one of those, I'm interested in one of those. I also want to see what's knocking about in the ship world. I keep having this itch to buy the Tamiya New Tool Ultimate Yamato in 1:350 scale. But I've got a 1:200 scale one, and I've got the old 1:350 scale one with all the aftermarket you can chuck at it. So I'll keep resisting it. Could do with Tamiya bringing out a new 1:350 ship, really. But yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be what takes my fancy. So it could be absolutely anything. But what I'm thinking is try and get one nice complex kit, and then if there's any money left in the pot, we could get something a bit smaller. I don't know. The pot won't be settled until Friday next week, will it? So we'll have to see. But having said that, there were some lovely people in the world, and especially in this hobby, and some of them donated to the channel last week, so let's talk about them. So if you do choose to donate to the channel, then I will see that, whether it's a super thanks or super chat or through PayPal, and I will give you a shout out on the channel to say thank you. So apologies, I'm going to hope to have pronounced this correctly. Michael Drongas, I think it is. Anyway, donated a small amount to the channel. Very, very grateful. Doesn't matter how little you get. You give me, it really, really doesn't. It's the thought and the support that I really, really appreciate. All the money, like I say, goes into the channel. So a big thank you to you. Paul, Plastic Monkey. If you've not checked his channel out, I've mentioned him before, please do. He also donated this month, and it's very, very this week. I'm very grateful. And also Wendy. Now, Wendy's currently building the Airfix ferret at this moment in time, or at least she was when I last chatted to her. And she's given a really nice donation to the channel for the Telford pot, which is a big thank you to me. Thank you very much, Wendy. Massively appreciated. And we're just a couple of weeks away from me saying, oh, and here it is. This is what we got. So I'm looking forward to Telford, as you can tell, and videoing that. It'd be nice to do something a little bit different. It's getting cold and wet and miserable here. So I'm hoping that next week I'll be feeling better. I'll be getting geared up for Telford, and I hope to bump into some of you. So I am going to do a little separate video for those people that don't watch Table Talk, so they know they can come and say hello to me at 2 o'clock near the Airfix stand. So thank you very much for watching. You enjoy your modelling. Have a great week, and we will see you very soon. And all of you enjoying watching this while you have your morning coffee. I know there's a few of you, whether you're in New York or whether you're down south of England. Have a great week. Thanks for joining, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye for now.